From Churchland High School, Channel 5 presents Group AAA Eastern Regional Championship game. The Phoebus Phantoms versus the Menchville Monarchs. Good evening, everybody. I'm Tim Cole, along with Bob Hins. We welcome you to Churchland High School, the brand new facility here in Churchland, for the championship game between the Phoebus Phantoms, 25-1, and the Menchville Monarchs, 21-5. Bob, these two teams have played each other 3 previous times. They know each other. This is the 4th one. It should be a good game for the championship.
It will be a good game, and a lot of people, Tim, don't think that this will be an important game. It's very important in the seedings. You want to get in the right bracket. The team that wins this will be in a much better bracket against teams that are not as ranked as high as you are. So this is an important game. Just because both teams go to the state means no difference at all. Both teams are similar in up-tempo and a lot of pressure on the ball. And I think that's why we got 2 Peninsula teams in the finals and none from this side, because they sit back in the zone over here. And Phoebus and Menchville, they go out and get you.
Now, Phoebus, of course, is led by Lakeisha Fred. She is a first-team Parade Magazine All-American, and our congratulations go out to Lakeisha, as this is Saturday night. It'll be in Sunday's paper that she is first-team All-American. So a tremendous career for this young lady. She has a lot of milestones that are right in front of her right now. She only needs 13 points tonight to become the all-time scoring leader in a single season in the state of Virginia. She'll probably get that without too much difficulty. And of course, with at least one more game under her belt after tonight, in all likelihood, I can't see how she would possibly miss that goal. But more importantly, Lakeisha's team is not just one-dimensional. They've got some pretty good support.
They really do. You got Keisha Reese, which can score, can handle the ball. Janelle Hargrove is just a dynamic player. In the game, the last time they played Menchville, the second half, she came alive and really exploded. Kenya Vaughn is a great outside shooter. Felicia Bishop handles the ball on the point real good. Not a one-dimensional team. They got Desiree Allen comes off of the bench. This team can do a lot of things. So Menchville can't just say, okay, we're going to stop Lakeisha Fred. You got to stop the whole team if you're going to beat Phoebus.
And of course, Menchville, under the tutorship of Phil Forbes, who has done a tremendous job in his first season with Menchville, 21-5, a terrific season for them.
Yeah, it really is, and this is his first year as a coach, but he has taken this team with a good nucleus. He had some good girls to work with and said, okay, we're going to play boys-style basketball. We're going to play up-tempo. We're going to play in-your-face defense. We're going to score a lot of points off our defense, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Okay, well, we're just about set for the introduction of the starting lineups, and again, we remind you that both of these teams will advance to quarterfinal action, and we want to kind of plug that for you right now, because the quarterfinals will be Saturday the 14th, a week from today, here at Churchland. And the winner of this game will play at 1 p.m., the loser at 2:45 p.m. against the Central Region winner and runners-up as well. So, of course, these two teams, as you said, is real important to seedings because your competition can vary greatly.
Oh, it really can vary greatly. And that's what I was talking to Mike Talon. He says, don't think this is not an important game. And he understands you've got to beat Menchville 4 times, and Menchville's saying, hey, you beat me 3 times. We know what you're going to do. We're going to try and get you the 4th time.
And, of course, that's the big question is, can Phoebus defeat Menchville 4 consecutive times in the same season? That answer is forthcoming momentarily. We'll be back with the starting lineups in just a few moments. Right now, we'll give you a chance to look around this brand new, beautiful facility here at Churchland High School, and the starting lineups on the way.
If we're able to train our students to meet the job requirements for the 21st century, education must be our top priority as a community. We also must realize that our school system cannot do it by itself. We cannot expect our school system to do all the training as well as meet the social challenges here of the 21st century. Therefore, we as a community must come together more so than we ever have before to assist in this effort. Thank you.
We can hear Bill Nelms as he is introducing the teams for the start of tonight's ball game. There you see the Phoebus Phantoms, but right now we invite you to join us for the playing of our national anthem. As you got a chance during the playing of our national anthem to view this beautiful facility here at Churchland High School, seating for approximately 4,300 people.
And we had a good 4,000 here last night, 4,000 plus, Tim.
We're going to have the introduction of the starting lineups. The Phoebus Phantoms will be the home team tonight. They'll be in the white with the gold and blue trim. Wanda Browning will be the first player introduced from the Menchville Monarchs.
At forward, a 5'9" for the Lady Phantoms of Phoebus, number 33, Keisha Reese.
Keisha Reese, number 33 for the Phoebus Phantoms.
At zero, a 6'1" senior for the Lady Monarchs of Menchville, number 2, Patty Dixon.
Patty Dixon, number 42 for the Lady Monarchs, coming on your screen and greeting head coach Mike Talon of the Phantoms.
Number 21,
Kenya Vaughn, number 21 for the Phoebus Phantoms.
At forward, a 5'3" sophomore for the Lady Monarchs of Menchville, number 32, Misty Hart.
Misty Hart, number 32 for the Lady Monarchs.
A 6'3" senior for the Lady Phantoms of Phoebus, number 41, Lakeisha Pratt.
Lakeisha Fred, number 41, the All-American from Phoebus High School.
A 5'9" senior for the Lady Monarchs of Menchville, number 20, Ruby Taylor.
Ruby Taylor for the Lady Phantoms. Lady Monarchs rather, number 20. Janelle Hargrove for the Phantoms, number 15. You see Janelle, always got a smile on her face. Number 40, Jara Savage, the leading scorer for the Lady Monarchs. And Felicia Bishop, the final introductee for the Phoebus Phantoms. Head coach Mike Talon of Phoebus, and Phil Forbes, the head coach for the Menchville Monarchs.
And there you see the starters for the Phantoms. Tim, I'd like to recognize Mike Talon's assistant coaches. He's got Liz Mears and Kim Johnson that help him, and I think it's real important for Phil Forbes. He's got Carol Williams and Andre Spurl.
By the way, she's the JV coach, and they ended their season 18-0 up at Menchville, so good things to come there. You see your starters for the Lady Monarchs.
One switch there. Number 24, Cynthia Allen, is not starting. Misty Hart, number 32, is starting instead of her. Ready to get underway.
Menchville lost to Phoebus 3 times during the regular season. We talked about how difficult it is to beat a team 3 times. It's got to be that much more difficult to beat the same team 4 times, and we're not talking about a bad team here. We're talking about Eastern Regional finalists.
Well, Tim, and it's also on the other side, it's got, as you can see, your officials, Bobby Kipper and Ruben Dorsey, and Kipper's the one who'll be putting the ball in play. It's hard for the other team also because they've got to get there mentally. They don't know if they can beat this team.
Lakeisha Fred opens the scoring as she has so often for the Phantoms.
And they come out in the press, the Phantoms do.
Monarchs break the press very nicely. Fred with good hustle had the ball on the baseline, but she stepped out of bounds.
But you can see how well coached this Menchville team is. They knew how to break that press.
Misty Hart handles the inbounds pass. She'll fire it up. Off the glass, too strong. And the rebound comes off for the Phantoms' Keisha Reese. Quickly, left side feed, and what looked to be a foul, none called.
A little bit of contact.
Yeah, a couple of times already. Hargrove for Bishop. Bishop with a 13-footer, nothing but net. No pressure on these girls as far as winning and losing in the sense that there's no elimination involved with this game, but certainly the seedings are important, and for that reason we'll probably see a better flow to the game tonight because the pressure of elimination is not
well,
there.
Phil Forbes told me when I talked to him prior to the game, he says it's really nice to know that we get to go to the dance next week, and he says, of course, we want to win next week, so we get a ticket to the dance in Charlottesville.
Phil must like to dance.
I think so. Well, you got some young ladies like these girls, that's what he wants to do.
Left-handed Misty Hart hits the first of 2 free throws. 8-minute quarters in high school basketball, and there is no shot clock. You do have the 10-second timeline, but other than that, most of the rules and regulations are similar to those of college basketball. For those of you not particularly familiar with high school rules, this is Felicia Bishop out to Kenya Vaughn. Back to Bishop, in low as so many times they do. Lakeisha
Nice entry pass. This is one thing they didn't do the last time we saw Menchville and Phoebus play, is their entry passes were not very good.
Good feed for Misty Hart. She banks it in.
They're not having any trouble with the Phantom press right now.
Felicia Bishop for Hargrove. Wants to go inside for Fred. Big 6'3" Fred dishes it out for Vaughn. Vaughn's shot is short, but the rebound is stuck back in by Keisha Reese. Quickly down the court, the pass intercepted by the Phantoms. Lakeisha Fred will dribble the ball. She moves left-handed. Oh, the ball went halfway down and came out. Nice move. You don't see a lot of high school players that can play with either hand. And then a foul on the ensuing play.
I thought that was in. That had to be at least halfway to 3/4 down inside and come right back out. Very up-tempo, very fast game. As you will see, the Phantoms now have 2 fouls on them, where the Monarchs have none. And they're in about a 3/4, 1-2, 1-1.
That'll be foul number 3 as Janelle Hargrove, overly aggressive, made contact. And a good call from Emmanuel Dorsey on the play. Inbounding just to our left. The score 8-3 with 6:10 remaining here in the first period. This is Ruby Taylor bringing it up with the pressure from Felicia Bishop. This is Patty Dixon. Turnaround jumper is short by Jara Savage. Back come the Phantoms. They want to run with it whenever they can. Heavy traffic, the ball tied up momentarily. Reese finally controls, dishes left side for Vaughn. Her shot short. Reese follows and sticks it in. Reese really gets a lot of good offensive rebounds.
That's the second one that she got.
Jara Savage with the good transition basket.
And what the Monarchs are doing is they're releasing somebody deep.
In low for Fred. Turnaround jumper is good. 6 points for Fred. 5:15 remaining in the first. 12-5 in favor of Phoebus. You're watching the championship game of the Group AAA Eastern Regionals. Savage for a 3. It doesn't go. Hart with the rebound. Another rebound and a foul. Didn't see the foul.
I don't either. I think he's calling it on Kenya Vaughn, number 21. I think it was out of our picture. No, he's calling it on Lakeisha Fred.
Yeah, that was a terrible call. Mike Talon didn't agree with it either. You see, Mike, when you're standing still with your hands up in the air, you have right to that position.
But if you notice, the Phantoms are getting knocked around and bumped and no fouls, and they're touching and they're getting fouls. And Mike said this has happened all year long.
All right, let's watch it again. Now, this is not the play the foul was called on. She'll get the rebound here. Now, Fred will be called. Oh, didn't see it, but I guess it was there. The officials with a much better angle than we have. Misty Hart at the free throw line misses now. She's 1 of 3. You saw Phil Forbes on your picture for a moment there. Very successful first-year head coach. Hart, 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. She has 4 points, and it's 12-6, the Phantoms. Lakeisha Fred at full speed. Got 2 players waiting for her. She takes the shot nonetheless. Dixon rebounds for Menchville. Oh, Jara.
A little bit of, might have carried the ball a little bit that time.
Might have done a little bit of that. Man-to-man defense being utilized by the Phantoms. No shot clock in high school ball, so technically
that's got to be a double dribble, and exactly what the call was. I didn't know Ruben was going to catch that or not. Nice call. The young lady just lost control and got the ball on her hip.
Pass underneath for Fred is knocked away by Dixon. Tim Cole and Bob Hintz coming to you from the new Churchland High School facility here in Churchland, in what is one of the, if not the premier high school facilities in the state of Virginia. Just a great facility. 3-on-2, in and out, and a tie-up. Let's see who the
foul on the Menchville girl. She went over Janelle Hargrove's back, Tim.
Ruby Taylor is the player committing the foul for Menchville. That's only their first team foul. And of course, it'll be a non-shooting foul. Don't you wish there was a facility like this on the Peninsula?
This is awesome. Simply awesome. And Menchville has dropped back into a 2-2-1 zone.
Reese's baseline jumper is short. Hart rebounds and kicks it out. The Monarchs want to run with it. Jara Savage guarded well by Janelle Hargrove, and the Phantoms steal the pass. Keisha Reese with the left hand, no good. Fret tried to get the rebound, and she knocked it out of bounds. Coming in for the Menchville Monarchs, Colleen Holdcraft. She'll come in replacing Jara Savage for Menchville. .333 remaining in the first period. 12-6, Phoebus. This is Hart. Her shot is too strong. And Reese comes out with the rebound for the Phantoms. Baseline jumper, Bond is off with a shot, and it's knocked out of bounds. They'll give it to the Phantoms.
The Phantoms have got away from what got them some real quick points, as that's getting it inside, but they've got some good shooters.
Hargrove has it stripped. If you had a chance to see our coverage of the Peninsula District Championship, you may recall that the Phantoms came out against Menchville in that game and were rather cold and didn't really lead in that ball game until late in the third period. And then with a burst from both Fret and Hargrove, pulled away from the Monarchs to win 54-40.
And Menchville is in a zone of, Phoebus is in a zone of their own. I didn't catch that call. Menchville girl had it, and then it went out of bounds, and he gave it to Menchville.
Much better angle than we had on the play, so obviously a good call. Shot is short, and it hit the baseline, as a matter of fact. Ball will go over to the Phantoms.
There's a good shot of Clay Washington, principal at Phoebus High School. Very fine young man, and as we know, his brother Steve and his other brother, Mr. Raymond Washington, who is superintendent at the Hampton School System.
Pamela Bircher in the lineup, along with the young lady whose number I don't have a name to match.
What number you have?
Number 13 for Menchville.
I don't have a 13 either, Tim.
We'll work on that for you. And a tie-up underneath. The possession arrow will give the ball to the Monarchs.
And 22, Desiree Allen checks in to give, who's going off? Kenya Vaughn, I think, yes.
Don't have shooting statistics, but the Phantoms are not shooting particularly well. In fact, they've gone 3 minutes now without a basket. They raced out to that 12-6 lead and then haven't been able to connect. Both Reese and Vaughn have missed. They were getting those points inside from Fret earlier, and they've gotten away from that.
And got a couple of rebound putbacks.
Missed shot, but a foul underneath. See who this one is called against. I believe it's going to be against Pamela Bircher of Menchville. And that's who it is. Pamela Bircher draws the personal foul. That's just the second team foul. So we're stuck at 12-6. Neither team has been able to change the score for the last couple of minutes. Janelle Hargrove in the corner. We'll see what she can do. She'll dish to Fred. Fred guarded by 2 Monarchs. Swings it around for Reese. Reese's shot is short again. And it goes out of bounds. Belongs to Menchville.
And they just look like right now Phoebus is short, arming their shorts. They're not following through, and they're coming down off the front of the rim.
Vaughn will check back in for the Phantoms. Allen didn't stay in very long. So obviously Mike Talon wanted to communicate some thoughts to Kenya Vaughn, did so, and inserted her back into the lineup.
And she's coming right back in. She's reported right back to the scorer's table.
That's Desiree Allen's coming back in. So Mike is playing musical players here. Reese with the rebound for the Phantoms. Down to 1:05 left in the first. Phoebus with a double score, 12-6. Inside low for Fret. Fret will force it in.
That's what you got to do. Get the ball inside. Put pressure on the Monarchs underneath that basket.
Monarchs just about turn it over. Ball is still up for grabs, and Janelle Hargrove is tied up. And the possessioner will
I'm
give
not
the ball
too
over.
sure if there was a tie-up.
Mugged would be the other word. She got hammered pretty good in
got
that.
mugged a little bit. And Phil Forbes is taking out, substituting very, very freely. Taking out number 42, Patty Dixon, and number 34 is coming out. Who's 34?
Bircher.
Bircher, Pamela.
40 seconds remaining in the first. 14-6. Phantoms with the 8-point lead. This is Hargrove way outside. Fred in the low post. Fred in the corner. She'll take that shot sometimes. Instead, this time gives to Vaughn, who dishes back to Allen, to Vaughn. Vaughn's short jumper is short. And the rebound was contended. It ends up in the hands of Keisha Reese, and she still can't get that ball to fall. Monarchs want to run. This is Ruby Taylor, pulls up, banks it in.
At the buzzer.
So at the buzzer. Good timing for the Monarchs as they close that gap to a 6-point difference. 14-8.
Well, we got a real quick timeout here between the quarters, Tim. Let's talk about player of the game. We will recognize one of these young ladies from the Phoebus Phantoms as a player of the game. Very unscientific, but we will give him a plaque donated by DC Engraving, located at Tabb Square in York County on Route 17. David Buckwalder is the young man who's the proprietor as we see the last play of the game at this last 2 points before the buzzer. This is a sample metal photo, and it's a very fine plaque. They'll have the player of the game's name on it. We'll also give them a T-shirt, which will say player of the game, have our logo on it, and it'll also have the Sports Place a logo on it, which that is who donates this shirt to us, and that is located at Hampton Woods Plaza on Big Bethel Road. David Chubb is the young man who's a proprietor there. We want to thank those two for helping us recognize player of the game from the Hampton City Schools.
You got that down pretty good now, don't you?
I tell you, I've said it enough, I can do it in my sleep.
Well, we played one period, and the Phantoms with a 6-point lead to start the second period with Menchville and the ball. Good job by the Phantoms to save that loose ball.
But they didn't need to save it.
No, but it was a good job nonetheless.
Yes.
They could have let it go out of bounds since it was last touched by a Monarch.
Lakeisha Fred.
Fred took a step before she put the ball on the floor.
And I know Mike's got to be very upset because his first unit in there is playing against the second unit of the Monarchs, and it cannot do anything. They just really playing. Nice steal.
And Keisha Reese is fouled on the way to the basket by the mysterious number 13.
I have no idea who that 13
I wish I did. I'll, during halftime,
but listen, he should give it to us. Karen somebody.
Karen Felix. All right, we know who she is now. Here's your replay. And back to the live action. Jara Savage will come in for Karen Felix. At the the free throw line. There you see a real good look at number 33, Keisha Reese. 4 points in the ball game, and most of her shots have done just like that free throw, just short.
It's like she's not getting her legs into it, following through or something. Because it's hitting right on the front of the rim. As I see Bob Chamblin and Coach Glenn Russell come into the game.
They're coming into the game?
Yes.
Which team are they going to play for?
Coming in to watch this game.
Oh, coming in to watch the game.
I don't know. They probably couldn't go up and down the court with these gals.
I'm sorry. You set me up for that one. I add a little levity to the proceedings here. More last night's games, the championship of the boys. Here you see a shot right to the chops. And the foul was on the receiving end of that shot to the chops.
Well, but you got to give the player has to have room to stand up straight.
Foul called on Misty Hart is called for the personal, number 32. Again, a player control foul. That is only the 5th team foul against Menchville. They won't shoot 1-and-1 until they reach 7. Inbounds pass comes to Keisha Reese.
They're double teaming Lakeisha Frett.
That shouldn't bother her.
But it didn't bother her. They got a nice entry pass.
5 2-pointers for Lakeisha Frett. And the lead now is 16-8. And we've got a infraction away from the ball.
He's calling on Lakeisha Frett.
That'll be number 2 on Lakeisha. Here you see the last basket by Lakeisha Frett. They get that good entry pass, and she's just deadly from 8 feet.
Nice camera work underneath the basket by Mr. Ron ESPN Baton.
We got the A-team here tonight, right?
Yes, sir.
Slow-Mo Joe and Dr. Oh, the ball stolen by Desiree Allen. She was playing the player and had her arms moving around and just happened to deflect the ball. In for Frett. Turn around to her right, put it in. So Lakeisha Frett averaging more than 30 points a game.
How many she got, Tim? Has she hit the 13 yet?
She's got 12. She needs one more point to better the single season scoring record. And 10.
Here we watch it right here. Nice entry pass. Nice fake. Triple team.
You just can't stop that unless you're 7'2".
But you see how she moves when she gets the ball.
Incidentally, when she had her 10th points in this game, she became the 4th all-time leading scorer in the state of Virginia. Guess what? She's got one more season.
Yeah, she's triple teamed that time, Tim.
Got another season to go, so it's.
But if Mike's got to realize, and I'm sure he does, and if he can get his young ladies to understand, if they're triple teaming Lakeisha, somebody's got to be open. 2 people got to be open.
This is Savage to Taylor, back to Savage. Taylor will pump, it's no good, and Lakeisha Frett, she spots Janelle Hargrove all alone. Quickly on defense is Taylor to get back. She did a good job of harassing the shot, and the Monarchs come back.
Just a little bit of being a little too anxious.
Turnover gives the ball back to the Phantoms. Kenya Vaughn will come back in the ball game. She'll give Janelle Hargrove a well-deserved rest. Janelle with no points in the first half so far. 18-8, 5:25 remaining in the first half. Keisha Reese bounced it out of bounds. So both teams just really playing sloppy.
In all fairness, that ball was touched by a Phantom. I'm sorry, by a Monarch. Had Keisha Reese just let it go and gone out of bounds and had the ball, but she tried to control it on the dribble, and when she did, it bounced out of bounds, which was a turnover. Nice defense by the Monarchs. Back-to-back turnovers by these two. Well, actually, 3 turnovers in a row.
Taylor and Savage playing catch. Taylor will fire just inside the 3-point range and hits. Ruby Taylor has 4 points, and it's an 8-point lead again, 18-10. Hargrove back in the ball game, inside for Fred, and Fred is fouled on the play before the shot. This one will be whistled down against Wanda Browning, number 10.
Well, I tell you, I'm much more impressed with the entry passes that the Phantoms are making tonight than they were the other night when we saw them play Menchville. Their entry passes were not very well at all. As you can see, she's double teamed, but it was a great pass from Janelle Hargrove.
That was the 6th team foul against the Menchville Monarchs. So after this one, all subsequent fouls will result in at least a 1-and-1. Hargrove being overplayed by Dixon. Hargrove's shot is short. The Monarchs, excuse me, the Menchville, I get it right yet, the Phoebus Phantoms just short on all of those shots. Dixon follows no good, and I believe Browning commits her 2nd consecutive foul.
I tell you, Monarchs are releasing the weak side guard off of that zone when a shot goes up, and they're trying to get some easy baskets on the Phantoms.
Desiree Allen replaces Hargrove for Phoebus. So we'll come down to this end now for the 1-and-1, as there was a foul committed on the play by Browning, and Reese will have a 1-and-1. She is 0 for 2 at the free throw line, and that's the entire team statistic from the foul line as well. She's the only Phantom to shoot fouls so far. And she finally gets a free throw to drop. Good look at Keisha Reese. Short, but Vaughn rebounds for the Phantoms. Vaughn is open, dishes inside for Fred, turnaround jumper. It's like mechanics.
I tell you, I'm so amazed at this entry pass that their Phantoms are doing tonight. That has just been awesome.
And with that basket and a foul now on Ruby Taylor, that basket gives Lakeisha Fred 14 points, and she becomes the single season scoring leader in Virginia for the girls basketball. 775 was the record.
History.
Yep.
That is awesome. And this young lady's got another year and a couple more games.
Coming into this game, she had 2,206 career points. And we, by the way, we want to thank our good friend Mike Keach over at the Daily Mess.
Who never makes a mistake. Here's the replay. I say that with tongue in cheek, right?
Right. But Mike and all the fine writers over the Daily Press are very kind in sharing their statistics with us for both the girls and the boys basketball games, and we really do appreciate it, all kidding aside. Daily Press sports writers, award winners in the state of Virginia. Shot too strong. Dixon powers it back up. Reese with the rebound for the Phantoms. And she was fouled, didn't get a call. Enya Vaughn double team, pumps no good. Fred with good possession. Oh, almost got that one to go. And Lakeisha is working hard out there.
She really is, Tim. She's got 2 fouls, but she is really working hard and goes for the rebounds, plays great defense.
Young lady on your screen, number 30, Colleen Holcraft, was the guilty party on that last play. 2 shots coming for Lakeisha, her first trip there. And Lakeisha having some short arm difficulties there. This is the first. Uncharacteristically, Lakeisha misses both free throws. 23-10, a 13-point Phoebus lead, and from the corner, the basket by Browning and a foul underneath. Basket should count. We'll wait and get the officials. Yes, that it is in fact a basket. And the foul
on Kenya Vaughn.
That's the second on Kenya, and the 6th against the Phantoms. So this could be a 4 or 5 point play for the Monarchs. Basket counted, and they get the ball inbounds on the player control foul. This is Browning. She made the last bucket. And this is Karen Felix. Wanda Browning in and out this time, and Fred has the rebound. Fred, seeing that she is quadruple teamed, gives to Reese. Reese hits.
Reese has got a nice, sweet shot, and she is hitting it tonight.
10 points in the first half for Keisha Reese. And the Phantoms up by 13. Browning will fire from 15, no good. Loose ball controlled by, again, Keisha Reese. This is Fred. Oh, nice spot for Felicia Bishop. A good job on the defense there for the Monarchs to get over to the open player. And then a bad shot, and back come the Monarchs. Wanda Browning had a lady open underneath, didn't see her. Shot is short.
But the Monarchs really hustle for all loose balls and all rebounds.
Fred with the rebound, quickly out for Hargrove. She's got a 1-on-3 and wisely decides to hold things up, but then wasn't paying close attention. And the Monarchs steal the ball. So a momentary lapse of concentration cost the Phantoms the ball, and now a foul.
Well, she was being smart. You held up, but you also got to protect the ball. Forgot about the players coming up behind her, talking about Janelle on that last play. Another foul on the Monarchs, which will put the Phantoms back on the line with a 1-and-1.
You see some of the crowd on hand for this championship game of the Eastern Regional AAA. Here you see a replay of that last action. You see she holds up, but then she kind of just got a little bit mesmerized by the play, didn't concentrate on it, and laid the ball out there for someone to grab it, and the Menchville Monarchs, being a good team, grabbed it. Keisha Reese with her third free throw in 5 attempts. Make that 4 out of 6, and she has 12 points in the first half. 14 for Lakeisha Fred. Coast to coast for Wanda Browning. Nice job by Felicia Bishop. Almost hit her teammate in the face with the ball, Kenya Vaughn. Almost turned that one over. The officials being a little lenient on some of the calls. Fred is muscled, puts it up, no good. Chased down in the corner by Reese. Keisha Reese out for Vaughn. Keisha Reese will trigger short.
Nice pass.
Nice pass is right. Basket by Colleen Holdcraft. I think it might have been a shot.
I think you put it down as a shot.
Well, it doesn't count as a shot because it didn't draw iron, right?
It's a shot. It's called shot assist.
Shot assist.
Good shot of Janelle coming back in, giving Keisha Reese a well-deserved breather here with 1 minute to go in the first half of play.
Foul was called against number 33 of Menchville, and again, I'm apologizing. I don't have a number to match that. All the numbers we were given for Menchville are even, and 33 is in there, and I can't tell you who she is. Tell you that Lakeisha Fred hit the free throw, however, her first of 3. We'll try and find out these young ladies' names for which we don't have a matchup with numbers. Fred, 2 out of 4 now from the free throw line. And we're inside of a minute to go with a 15-point Phoebus lead. Holdcraft will fire it up, and his last touch before it went out of bounds by a Phantom. .48 seconds to go in the first half. Championship game. The winner advances to the quarterfinals next Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. here at Churchland against the Central Division runners-up. And the loser of this game plays at 2:45 against the champion of the Central Division. And Hargrove is tripped inadvertently by Holdcraft, but nonetheless. That's her third. She's the first player to have more than 2 in this ballgame. 28 seconds remaining. And Janelle Hargrove will be at the free throw line for the first time, shooting the 1-and-1. Remind you here on Channel 5, we will have the boys AAA championship matchup between Booker T. Washington and Kickintan High School. That game here on Channel 5. Check for the local listings for the time that will air. Hargrove gets 1 of 2, and then we've got a foul on the loose ball.
That's a kind of a touch foul on Kenya Vaughn, but that just really was a...
That's her third.
Let the girls play.
Mike Talon smiling as he said so to the official as he went by, but you know he wasn't pleased with the call. Reese will check back in real quickly, probably for Kenya Vaughn with those 3 fouls. Of course, don't want her to pick up the 4th. Just 27 seconds left here in the first half. At the free throw line will be Patty Dixon, and she has been very silent in this ball game. She was very evident in the championship game for the Peninsula District. But Patty, as of yet, has not gotten in the score column, and it remains that way on the missed free throw. Hargrove into Fred, and Fred is fouled.
And that's, Phoebus is doing a great job of their entry pass. I've said it time and time again, but it's very important. They did not do that the last time they played the Menchville Monarchs. And you can tell the difference of getting that ball and making good entry passes so that, as you can see the replay right here on the foul, so that Lakeisha can put a lot of pressure on with her inside game.
And Fred gets the roll.
Shooter's bounce.
So 3 consecutive free throw conversions for Lakeisha Fred. 17 points in the first half. Make that 18 as she is perfect on both of those. 32-14, full court pressure by the Phantoms. Fred has to be careful. She's got a couple of fouls. Doesn't want to pick up a cheap one here with 5 seconds to go. Desiree Allen down to 2 seconds. She falls, and the buzzer sounds to end the first half. The Phantoms led 14-8 after 1. They lead 32-14 at halftime. We'll return to Churchland High School after a brief timeout. There you see our score at halftime. The Phoebus Phantoms 32, the Menchville Monarchs 14. Statistically, in the first half, the Phantoms were paced as usual by Lakeisha Fred with 18 points, 14 from the floor, and 4 out of 6 from the free throw line. Keisha Reese with 12 points. She had 4 baskets, 2-point varieties, and 4 of 6 free throws. And Felicia Bishop had the other 2 points for the Lady Phantoms in here in the first half.
Tim, not to interrupt you, but I do want to. It's 35 seconds before the start of the second half, and the Phantoms are not back out on the court yet.
Well, I believe, if I understand correctly, they'll put that ball down for play.
That's right.
And if they're not here, the other team will get a chance to score or a 5-second violation, depending on who gets the ball to start. 4 points each, if I may get back to the statistics. Ruby Taylor with 4, 2 baskets. 4 points for Misty Hart, a basket and 2 of 4 free throws. And then 2 points for Wanda Browning, 2 for Colleen Holdcraft, and 2 for Jara Savage, well below her average, which is over 20 points per game.
Here they come running out on the floor.
Lady Phantoms. 32-14 is our halftime score as we get set. So the Phantoms will have the ball to start the third period. Kenya Vaughn.
Well, they're double teaming Fred. They've got young lady number 32, Misty Hart, is just fronting her every time she gets close to her. Now, a quick foul in there on Lakeisha Fred.
So Fred picks up her third personal foul. Back come the Lady Monarchs. Dixon powers the ball in. Her first basket of the ball game. And a foul, the fourth, on Colleen Holdcraft. So Phil Forbes will have to decide whether or not to leave Colleen in. Of course, he's been going to his bench a lot tonight.
He really has. He's substituted much more freely than we saw him in the first contest that we did at Menchville and Phoebus girls.
Reese with a short jumper hits.
And that's what you have to do. They're taking away your inside game, then you take your short jumpers. Good job by Keisha Reese.
Loose ball finally controlled by Browning of Menchville. Misty Hart with the bucket. Fred will pull up and hit.
You can't let her take that shot uncontested.
Back come the Phantoms. And again, almost losing it was Janelle Hargrove. Fred dishes out to Reese, and Reese is hammered by Holcraft. That will be 5 on Holcraft. So she will be finished for the season.
She got her a good one, too.
Yeah, she said, well, if I'm going to get a foul, I guess I might as well do it good.
I'm very surprised that Jara Savage has been sitting down as much as she has as we watch the replay here of that last foul. But I mean, she got her good.
At the line to shoot for the Lady Phantoms, number 33, Keisha Reese.
See a good shot of Mike Talon on the far sideline.
On one side of him, Luz Mears. On the other side, Kim Johnson.
So after Reese had hit 6 consecutive, she misses a free throw. Blocked by Fred, got her own rejection. And then fouled from behind. No, an offensive foul.
Get out of here.
What a terrible call. Got Fred for pushing off.
Bad call. She was mugged from behind. She will have to sit down.
Mike just can't believe it. He's just in amazement.
As we watch the replay.
Yeah, she did throw her left arm out a little bit.
But there she got mugged from behind. That's when he blew the whistle. He didn't blow the whistle on the other move.
Well, and on top of that, that was about as big a touch foul as I've seen.
His name is Bobby Kepper. Terrible call.
Kipper. Turnover gives the ball to the Monarchs. Ruby Taylor, Jara Savage, and Savage misses. So now the Phantoms will play without the All-American, and we'll see, as we mentioned in the pregame discussion, this is not a one-dimensional team. They can't play well without
spread it out. Spread it out.
5 minutes remaining in the third. There you see Phil Forbes giving instructions. There's 2 fouls that didn't get called. Reese was hit by one player on one side and one on another. Double dribble, good call. Janelle saying the ball was knocked out of my hands, telling the official that the ball was knocked loose and she picked it back up, but he did not see it that way. I gotta agree with him. I didn't either. It looked to me like she stopped the dribble.
Exactly what I thought happened.
Want to talk about our player of the game again?
Yeah, we will recognize a player of the game from the Phoebus Phantoms. We will have a plaque with the player's name donated by DC Engraving, located at Taft Square in York County on Route 17. Dave Buckwalter, as you can see the last play of the foul there. Dave Buckwalter is the young man who is proprietor out there. And of course, we also will give a T-shirt with the player of the game on it, donated by the Sports Place located at Hampton Woods Plaza in on Big Bethel Road, right down from Bethel High School. David Chubb is the proprietor there. We want to thank those 2 young men for all their help in helping us recognize in some way one of the players that we deem as the player of the game, unscientific though it may be.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to remind you that immediately following tonight's game, before the hitting start, we will be having a presentation of awards.
If you've seen me looking at my newspaper, Bob, during this thing here, I was giving Keach a hard time about that article that he supposedly had incorrectly stated the schedule, but I can't find it, so I got to tell him I apologize. I don't think I must have read it incorrectly. Did you see in the paper that the boys' game was going to be Friday at Charlottesville?
Yeah, I can't vaguely remember, but
I thought I did too, but I can't find it now. So I guess I think Keach must have come by and erased it from my paper when I wasn't looking.
Mike is real good at that.
No, Mike is a good writer. I was looking in both articles and I didn't see. Oh well, doesn't matter. My apologies to Mike Keach. I could not find it after I accused him of it. Jara Savage with a 3. And the turnover gives the ball back to the Monarchs. 37-23 with 3:57 remaining. Dixon in the ball game with 4 points in the second half. She didn't do much in the first half, just 2 points, but she's coming on strong. Janelle Hargrove shoots too strong. And back come the Lady Monarchs.
That's not a bad shot. Nice movement of the ball down the court by the Phantoms. They came up empty-handed. But I tell you, the Monarchs feel like they got a little bit of daylight now because of Lakeisha Fred not being there.
Savage just missing with another 3. Double team on the baseline, Desiree Allen, and she travels.
I tell you what, when the officials start controlling the game and not letting the players control it, it really is, I really apologize for the players.
Browning, Misty Hart. Hart will force it up, doesn't go. Dixon, good rebounding position with the stick back. So with Lakeisha Fred on the bench, Dixon much more able to operate. And now a foul charge to Misty Hart. Misty Hart called for her second personal.
That's the fourth foul on the team.
Fourth team foul, as you said, Bob, against the Monarchs. Turnover on the inbounds pass.
Just not good passes.
And that'll be, well, they call it a double dribble. Could have been palming the ball or whatever. Could have been traveling. Christine Fields comes in the ball game for the first time. She'll replace Janelle Hargrove. Double team the ball in the backcourt. Desiree Allen will now push it across the timeline. Yep, the Phantoms with a chance to show me to be correct in my statement that they're not one-dimensional.
That's right, and they are not one-dimensional.
Of course, it's hard to take 30 points a game out of your lineup and not be affected, and, you know, to contradict myself, but they truly can play well without Lakeisha Frett. Desiree Allen, guarded. Ball is knocked loose. Wanda Browning with good hustle. Throws the ball behind Savage. Savage throws up a prayer. Two Monarchs there for the rebound. Hart's pass, or shot rather, won't go down, and a jump ball, and the ball will belong to the Monarchs. Possession arrow will give it to Menchville.
Well, and the Monarchs are just throwing the ball up in the air, which is not a bad thing to do because they've got the superior height in there right now with with Dixon. And she is having no problems rebounding.
10-point Phoebus lead, and now Phil Forbes will take a timeout. So the Phantoms outscored here in the third period by a score of 13-5. They led 32-14 at halftime and have added only 5 points here in the third.
Well, and you lost your offense that you have been setting up all week long against this team. But you're right, now's the crunch time for the rest of these young ladies to make sure that they go down and score. This is a good team that they're playing against.
Menchville, you saw the steal by Wanda Browning since she threw it behind Savage. Savage just, I'm not sure whether that was a pass or a shot, but nonetheless, you saw the attempt and then a tie-up jump ball, giving the ball to the Monarchs with the possession arrow. 2:17 remaining here in the third. Tim Cole and Bob Hintz coming to you from Churchland High School here on Channel 5. Group AAA Girls Championship Eastern Regional. That's a mouthful.
I'm glad you had to say it.
Next Saturday, the 14th, as Savage fires and misses. Dixon can't get the follow-up. Ball batted around, finally controlled by Browning. Browning will take the easy jumper and got it. I started to say next Saturday, these two teams will play again against Central District opponents. The champion and the runners-up from Central region of Virginia will be here at Churchland next Saturday. Make plans to come out for a great day of basketball. Keisha Reese follows, can't get it to fall. Hargrove battled her own teammate for the ball and finally controls. Kenya Vaughn. Inside for Vaughn, she's double teamed, gives to Hargrove. Now to Vaughn. Vaughn feels the pressure from Dixon, turns around, can't get it to fall. And they'll say it belongs to Menchville. Just looking around the crowd, I saw Bill D in the crowd.
Yes, he is here. He's
buddy from Phoebus.
One of the ADs over at Phoebus High School. And, of course, football coach.
1:10 remaining in the third. Menchville within 8, make that 6. Ruby Taylor with 6 points. So the Monarchs making hay while the sun shines, and the Phantoms just can't get the ball to go down.
They are just really pressing too hard, and that's exactly what's happening. You're underneath the basket. You got a nice little 1-2 footer, and you throw it up there like you're trying to knock the backboard down. I'm sure Mike Talon is saying, well, we do what we can do.
.35 seconds remaining. Reese knocked away from behind by Savage. Good hustle by Bishop to control.
Well, that's where your teammates have got to communicate and let you know that you're being double teamed.
Bishop will fire up a bullet, and a foul on, I believe, the Phantoms.
And that could be on Kenya Vaughn.
That's who it is. And that'll be 4 on Vaughn. So 2 of the Lady Phantoms in serious foul trouble here. Lakeisha Fred and Kenya Vaughn with 4 personals. Down to 10 seconds. Partially blocked on the shot. In the game now for Phoebus is Jennifer Chapman. 1 second, I don't think Desiree Allen realized the time was running out and did not get a shot away.
No, and that really upsets Mike Talon, your team not knowing the situation. Now, if you're Mike, what do? Do you bring Lakeisha in now? You try to hold on for a couple of minutes? What do you do?
There you see the score. Only 5 points in the entire period for the Phantoms. They scored 14 in the first, 18 in the second, and only 5 points as you watch some of the replay of the last second action here.
And not taking anything away from Lakeisha Fred not being there, but the Phantoms missed a lot of easy shots.
They did. They missed all kinds of easy stuff. Looked like they were, as you said, they just were shooting real hard. They weren't taking their time. And you see the action there. The buzzer had already sounded before that attempted shot by Desiree Allen. Well, let's see if our questions are answered. They are.
Lakeisha is going to report in.
As
so
will
is Kenya Vaughn, yeah.
So Mike figures, what the heck?
Well, we'll play a zone.
Just tell Lakeisha not to get overly aggressive, and the same with Kenya Vaughn.
And if you're Monarchs, you're going to put the ball in, get it into Patty Dixon's hands as many times as you can. Put pressure on her.
Keisha Reese to Vaughn. Vaughn up for the shot, got the roll. So Kenya Vaughn gets her first basket of the night. And the lead is 7 for Phoebus. From the corner, three-pointer off the glass, no good. Savage's shot was no good, and then we've got a tie-up underneath. The ball will belong to the Monarchs. Pamela Bircher, Ruby Taylor. No shot clock in high school ball. Take all the time you want. As the Monarchs travel with the ball. They want the time to slow down, and the Phantoms would like there to be a minute left in the game. Obviously. 7-10 remains. 7-10 left. Championship game. Both of these teams will advance to quarterfinal state action. The seedings are up for grabs. Reese into Fred. Fred double team, puts it up, no good. Vaughn with a good aggressive rebound. Her shot doesn't go, but she draws the foul. Pamela Bircher will be called for her second personal. Misty Hart checking back into the lineup for Patty Dixon. Or check that. Well, I'm not sure now. 2 Monarchs coming out.
No, she's coming in.
Dixon's
for,
just
Dixon
coming
is
down.
just talking with Coach Forbes.
Here's your replay. Kenya Vaughn guarded by Bircher and then fouled by Bircher. Just couldn't get the ball to drop. The 2 shots coming for Kenya, and she hits the first. So Kenya Vaughn with 3 points, and the lead is 9 for the Phantoms. They have led from the very beginning. Closest as the Monarchs have been able to come was that 6-point difference at the conclusion of the 3rd period. Vaughn's second free throw, no good, but Reese with the rebound, sticks it back in and draws the foul.
Oh, nice job by Keisha Reese getting that loose ball, and it was knocked loose by the hustle of young Janelle Hargrove.
Misty Hart picks up foul number 3, and that is the 6th team foul against Menchville. So after this, the Phantoms will have the 1-and-1 for the rest of the ball game. The Phantoms have only committed 3 team fouls. Fred with the easy stick back. So
well, that's a 5-point play.
5 points consecutively by the Phantoms, and the lead is expanded back out to 13. And that superior height in there with Kenya Vaughn and Lakeisha Fred paying off for the Phantoms. Vaughn has to, Fred has to lay off of the defense there, does so, and the shot missed. Back come the Phantoms. Fred all the way outside as she'll set up. Guarded by Dixon. Fred handles the ball very well for a big girl. She does most of her scoring inside, as you might have expected, 6'3", but she can handle the ball outside.
She was tripped, and he calls. Okay.
Desiree Allen comes back in for the Phantoms, replacing Felicia Bishop. Menchville down by 13 will bring it up. Ruby Taylor's shot off the rim, no good, and knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the by the Monarchs. Keisha Reese, spotting the defense a little more lax than normal, takes advantage of it, pushes the ball up. Fred backs in, puts it in. So Fred has added 6 points to her first half total of 18. She's got 24 now. That matches the total she had in the victory over Salem the other night. Wanda Browning's stick back doesn't go. Good attempt to save the ball on the baseline by Kenya Vaughn, but she can't do so.
And I tell you, Kenya Vaughn is going after the rebounds. Regardless of the 4 fouls, she's got to not playing easy at all.
Browning. Hart's shot in and out, and Reese will rebound for Phoebus.
I tell you, it's nice to look at this Phoebus team. Any one of these young ladies get the rebound can bring the ball up the court. You don't have to look for a guard or somebody to bring the ball up the court. Any of them can.
.437 remaining in regulation time. 46-31. Fred doing a good job. There you see Phil Forbes telling his young ladies to come out and guard the ball more closely. Fred is fouled. They don't get a call. She was hammered. That's why that 4th foul they called on Fred still sticks in my craw.
Yeah. You know it does on mine. You've been punching me, so I won't talk about it.
Mike Talon giving instructions, says, look, just take your time, ladies. Keep the ball, don't get any 5-second violations. Then we've got a reach-in foul on Ruby Taylor. Take the air out of the ball, as they say.
That's right. Make them play aggressive. Make them double team you. Get some things. We see Lowell Thomas in the crowd right behind him. Bob Killen and his lovely wife, Tina. Bob goes to all the Kickintan ball games. I'm sorry, all the Phoebus ball games. I say Kickintan as Jim Hathaway had walked by me just a few minutes ago. the principal over at Kecoughtan.
There you saw a replay of the foul committed by Ruby Taylor, and at the free throw line, Keisha Reese. And Keisha certainly is a prime candidate for our player of the game.
Oh, you got that.
At 12 in the first half, and she's added 5 here for 17 on the night. Make that 18. She has hit unofficially 7 out of 10 from the free throw line. Rattles this one in and out. Back come the Monarchs, down by 16. Misty Hart with the easy basket. 8 points for Misty Hart. Lakeisha spots Desiree Allen all alone. Desiree will bank it in.
And good look by Lakeisha Frett to find the open teammate down underneath the basket. As so often happens when you start trapping and you're trying to make something happen at one end.
Misty Hart with her second consecutive bucket. Now the Phantoms. Quickly for Frett. Up and in.
Wow,
She is fouled big time.
Nice pass. I don't know who was on. The last one I think was given by Hargrove, wasn't it?
Jarrah Savage.
No, I'm talking about the 2 passes. Boom, boom.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the way they broke the press. Watch here. Nice one by Desiree, and then Janelle Hargrove, and then boom.
Frett cans the free throw. And that gives her 27 unofficially for the ball game. So even with 27, she's not at her average yet, folks. 3-point attempt is good by Karen Felix. And the foul on, I believe, Misty Hart. That will be her 4th. It is on Hart, and there you see coming in the ball game for Menchville, Lisa Kelly Puka. Boy, I bet you I massacred that.
We're going to call her Kelly K.
I bet I massacred that, and I apologize ahead of time because I knew as soon as she came in, I thought, oh no, not her. Keisha Reese with the free throw. Well, Bob, you usually get a chance to guess who your player of the game is going to be first, and I'm going to say this young lady at the free throw line is my pick.
Well, you read my mind tonight. I guess I ought to just shut up because that's exactly who I was leaning towards. Not saying that Miss Lakeisha Frett hadn't done a great job, and the other young ladies, they've all done a great job, but I'm going to go with you. Keisha Reese is my pick.
The Monarchs, as they have all year, hustling right till the very end, even though they're obviously down by 15 and will not win this ball game. Hustling, jumping into the stands, trying to get the ball. There you see Wanda Browning create the turnover. Finally, is it going to be controlled? Who's going to touch it last? Looks like the Phantoms touched it last.
As young Miss Desiree Allen let it go, it would have been their ball, but that's hustle.
Well, it
you
shows,
don't mind that.
it shows why these two teams are in the championship
where they are
game.
now. You're right. Good point.
2:10 remaining. Mike Talon will take a seat. He will watch his Lady Phantoms as they will host next Saturday afternoon here at Churchland. They will host the first game at 1 p.m. Saturday, the 14th of March. And that will be against the Central Region runner-up team. We do invite you to stay tuned as Bob will make his way across the court and have some post-game discussions with Mike Talon, the head coach of Phoebus. And of course, there will be the presentation of the championship trophy forthcoming as well for the Eastern Regionals.
But we got 1:46 left to go. And our player of the game again is Keisha Reese. But this whole group of young ladies from the Phantoms, really, you know, I'd like to give them each one a player of the game. They've really done a great job. And this Menchville group hasn't done bad either, Tim.
Certainly not. And Menchville is, as we mentioned before, going to continue on to be in the second game next Saturday. They'll host the second game against the Central Region champion. So that's what they get for losing. Keen Yvonne with the bucket, and she has 6 points. Minute and a half to go. Ball kicked by one of the Phantoms. It'll still belong to
And
Menchville.
I think that was a bad call because that ball was not kicked. It went off of inadvertently. The player didn't even see the ball. So, but nonetheless, the ball goes over to the Monarchs.
Karen Felix for Browning. Browning's shot, no good. And stuck by Lias. Compassion Lias. And a phantom foul.
Well, there was a little bouncing going on, but they haven't called it.
They don't call those, and then when they...
And that's what Mike Talon says, Tim. Be consistent. If you're going to call that thing, then call it the whole game. Don't call it sometime and not sometimes.
And let us quickly add that he was not officially protesting the officiating.
No.
We are paraphrasing some of the comments from him that he would like to see more consistency when possible within the officiating, but we don't want to quote Mike. Don't want to quote him criticizing officials. Browning off the rim, no good. Lakeisha Fred with 4 fouls. She's played the entire fourth period without the foul. And this one should be on Liaz, fouling Fred. And the Phantoms with the 16-point lead will get a 1-and-1 with 56 seconds remaining. So this final will be very similar to the final score of the Championship Peninsula District game, which was 54-40. Fred will be at the free throw line with a chance to add to her unofficial totals of 27 tonight.
You can see the Phantom sign.
Fred, after missing her first 2 free throws, has connected on 6 straight. Keisha just needed to break a sweat, that's all. 28 points for Lakeisha, and she makes it 29. So darn it, she won't make her average unless she hurries.
Well, we still got just under a minute.
And a block by Fred. So the 4th foul hurt the Phantoms when Lakeisha picked it up in the 3rd period. She came out and Menchville made a run, but when Fred returned, it was a whole new ball game in the sense that the Phantoms put it together and haven't been threatened since. Jara Savage, 3-point attempt, no good. And a push-off, that'll be all on, I believe, Keen Yvonne, or was it?
No, it was on number 14 for the Phantoms, Tim. There was a push-off by
Lias.
Leah.
33 seconds remaining in the championship game. The Phoebus Phantoms will once again win the Eastern Regional Championship. Another trophy for the case to add to the Peninsula District Championship, which they've won. Don't know how many times they've won that now. I've lost track. And,
I'm not going to attempt to count it.
I believe the quote in the paper too, and I'm not doing real well on my quotes. Again, I apologize to Mike Keith to give him a hard time at halftime, and I cannot find the article that I quoted wrong. But I think Mike said they've won 85 consecutive Eastern Regional games, including Peninsula District and otherwise.
Okay. If Mike Keith told you, then I believe it.
Keen Yvonne, 4 out of 5 from the free throw line at 60-40 with a half a minute remaining. And blocked from behind. Fred got the block. If she scores this time down, she'll hit her 30. She won't try and score. She'll give to Janelle Hargrove, who draws the foul.
Isn't that beautiful? Here you are, the leading scorer in the state, and you pass up an 8-footer to give it to a teammate that's even closer. Unselfishness, that's what you look for in a player.
12 seconds remaining. Again, we remind you these two teams will again be playing next Saturday, the 14th, right back here at Churston High School. Come on over from the peninsula. Let me tell you something, in case you don't know, it's about a 30-minute ride from the peninsula. It's easy to get here. Route 17 all the way, 4 lanes. There's none of that traffic problem you used to have with 664 construction. It's a breeze, so get in your car, van, truck, motorcycle, whatever, and get over here and support both Menchville and Phoebus. These two teams deserve the support of the Peninsula fans, and I'm not trying to be a rah-rah here. I'm just trying to tell you, it took us 25 minutes to get over here?
And that's it.
I mean, nothing to it. It's all highway, and it's real easy to find. If you need directions, call Bob Hintz. I'll give you his home number. Inbounds pass, the buzzer sounds, and there's your final score. The Phantoms putting 24 points on the board in the fourth period to just 9 for the Menchville Monarchs, a turnaround from the third period. The Phantoms just too much for the Monarchs, and a fourth consecutive loss by Menchville to the Peninsula champions and the Eastern Region champions, the Phoebus Phantoms. And our congratulations to Mike Talon once again. Go ahead, Bob.
Tim, I got Mike Callen here. Mike, I was very impressed with the entry passes at the beginning of the ball game.
Well, we worked real hard on that. She was the only one that was loose early in the game, and then when she got, I mean, I don't know what we got to do. You know what I'm saying.
Right, and I'm not trying to I don't want to dwell on that, but the good points are that you come out and you played with a lot of confidence right off the bat.
Yeah, and we tried to maintain it, but you know what I'm saying. The kids played hard. I mean, they really did, and I thought they kept their composure pretty well. We had a 4-minute period in the third quarter where we didn't. And
well, but you missed some easy shots. It wasn't that the shots were that you just weren't falling.
We missed a lot of easy ones in the first half, but you know, Menchville's got so many athletes. They just kept. It was like their game plan was to just foul one after the other, which isn't bad strategy when you got that many to run.
Right.
But at the end it caught up with them.
Well, listen, I want to congratulate you. We're going to be back over here Saturday. You'll play next Saturday at 1 o'clock.
Right.
We're looking forward to it, Mike.
Thank you, Bobby.
Congratulations, and give the girls the best.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, Tim, let's go back over to you.
All right, and I echo those sentiments. Mike Talon, a class act, always. 28 points for his All-American Lakeisha Frett. And our pick certainly could have been either Lakeisha Frett or Keisha Reese. Keisha Reese finishes the ball game, excuse me. She had 19 points unofficially. Keena Vaughn ended up with 8 points, all of them coming in the second half, and Keena Vaughn did some good scoring when Lakeisha Frett was out of the game.
While you're talking, Tim, I just want to say something to our director in the truck. If he wants us to do the awards, I'm going to run the microphone over, so if he'll let us know.
We will be having the presentation of the trophies. So we'll get Bill Nelms to do double duty for us if our director, Mr. Dr. Sam Stills, would like us to do so, if I can get a confirmation from him. What I was asking Dr. Stills was, do you want to cover the presentation of the award? If you do, we're going to give Bill Nelms our handheld mic so he can give us good audio. All right, so we're going to, if you'll bear with us, folks, we're going to have the presentation of the championship and runners-up trophy, and we will stay here and cover that for you. Our good buddy Bill Nelms, who previously has helped us out with this presentation.
Put this tournament on. The two gentlemen standing out here with us right at this particular moment, the gentleman
To my left happens to be the principal for Deep Creek High School, also the Eastern Region Basketball Chairman, Mr. Nathan Hardy. The other gentleman to my right now is the tournament director who has done this for some 17 years, Mr. Jim Sherrill. This time we would like to ask, we're going to pass out the runner-up medals if we could to the team that has come up and finished up in second place this year in the Eastern Region Tournament. And we would like these ladies to come forward as I call them out, please. First of all, for the Lady Monarchs, number 12, Nicole Brooks.
Anything there about Charlottesville, do you? Don't
Number 24, Cynthia Allen. Number 34, Pamela Bircher. Number 44, Latessa Garner. Number 33, Wanda Artis. Number 50, Tricia Dixon. With 2 points tonight, number 30, Colleen Holcraft. Also with 2 points tonight, number 14, Compassion Lias. With 3 points tonight, number 40, Jara Savage. Also with 3 points tonight, number 13, Karen Felix. With 4 points tonight, number 10, Wanda Browning. With 6 points tonight, number 20, Ruby Taylor. Number 22, Lisa Kalei Paakaua. With 10 points tonight, number 32, Misty Hart. Also with 10 points tonight, number 42, Patty Dixon. We'd like to ask the head coach for the Menchville Lady Monarchs if he would come out and receive the second place trophy for the Eastern Region Tournament. Mr. Phil Forbes done a nice job over at Menchville High School in only his third season. And he has brought the Lady Monarchs into the Eastern Regional, a second place finish, and they will go into state competition next Saturday. And now for the champions, the Lady Phantoms of Phoebus High School. First of all, the individual trophies of the evening, number 14, Nikindra Smith. Number 20, Christine Field. Number 23, Felicia Edwards. Number 24, Alkeisha Sneed. Number 30, Yolanda Fitzgerald. Number 31, Sherry Reed. Number 32, Verona Jenkins. Number 42, Jennifer Chapman. With 2 points tonight, number 15, Janelle Hargrove. Also with 2 points tonight, number 22, Desiree Allen. With 2 points tonight, number 25, Felicia Bishop. With 8 points tonight, number 21, Kenya Vaughn. with 17 points on the evening, number 33, Keisha Reese. And last but not least, with 29 points on the evening for the champion Lady Phantoms of Phoebus, number 41, LaKeisha Pratt. We'd like at this time to ask Mike Talman if he would step forward and receive the championship trophy for the Eastern region. Once again, the Lady Phantoms of Phoebus, champions of the Eastern region. We'd like to, if we could possibly please, to get the athletic directors or someone from the administration for these two schools to come down and meet with Mr. Jim Sherrill. He has packages for these two folks regarding the state quarterfinals to be held here at Church.
All right, so the final score again, the Phoebus Phantoms, the Eastern Regional Champions, 61, the Menchville Monarchs, 40. For Bob Hintz, this is Tim Cole. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.
Can't emphasize enough these two teams going off in the Eastern Region tournament play.